everybody, welcome back to the Realm of Mischief. I am your Master of Mischief, Lucky 309. Glad to have you on board today for our first ever playthrough of the Legend of Heroes series. We're going to start off with Trails in the Sky, a game that's been suggested to me over a couple of different years and by multiple people. It's been described as a fun romp and a great series, and I'm looking forward to it. We're going to be doing these Let's Plays, recording them. They will go up on YouTube, so if you miss one, you can always, go through the Twitch recordings, or you can look it up on YouTube as well. So, well, I really don't know what else to say. I don't know anything about this series at all. I really don't. Nobody's really told me anything. Nobody's let go of any kind of plot, and I've never looked anything up or looked into anything. So I'm going to fly by the seat of my pants. We're going to find out how this goes. So let's go ahead and get started. I've been told normal difficulty is where I want to start, though. So we'll start it on normal difficulty for this one, and if we find it too easy, the next time we pick up one of these games, we'll start it on hard difficulties. Without further delay, let's go. Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky. Hey Rose, welcome back to the Realm of Mischief. How you doing today? Estelle, Daddy's really late. He even got a message from the guild saying he'd be home today too. And Shara's gone traveling around the kingdom on some kind of training. I'm so bored. Maybe I'll just practice with my staff a bit more before dinner. Hey, I'm home! Daddy! Sorry to have kept you waiting, Estelle. Did you take good care of the house while I was away? Of course I did. Did you run into any trouble, Daddy? You didn't get hurt fighting the bad monsters, did you? Nope, I'm fit as a fiddle. That reminds me, though, I brought you a present. Really, what kind of present? A new fishing pole? Sneakers? Something for my training? Maybe I raised you wrong, Estelle. Aren't little girls supposed to like clothes and jewelry? That's kind of sexist. I like pretty clothes, but they just get dirty. And jewelry breaks when you go play outside with it on. Anyway, Daddy, what's with the big blanket? Is that my present? Oh, you're a sharp one. Now why don't you come and have a look? There's a boy in the blanket, it looks like. I guess there is a boy in the blanket. What? Well, here you are. Quite a handsome boy, don't you think? Yeah. Why is my present a boy? Good question. Don't make such a fuss, or you'll wake him up. Wake him up? You mean he's still alive? Oh, hate to have a dead boy given to me as a present. I'd have more questions than answers, and even then I don't think I'd want the answers. Looks kind of dead if you ask me. I've treated his wounds, so he should be in stable condition. In the meantime, however, we'll need to let him rest. I'll put him to bed, so if you wouldn't mind heating a kettle of water on the stove, I'd appreciate it. Okay. I'm gonna have to do a lot of reading out loud for this, huh? He sure sleeps soundly. And he almost looks the same age as me. This is the first time I've ever seen black hair like that, too. Rip my voice. Yeah, pretty much. He certainly does have a nice head of hair. And a pair of amber eyes to go with it. That's nice and all, but how about you come clean and fess up? Fess up? Howdy, and yes, you will. The scripts for these games are huge. Old Man Striker Bolt, welcome back to the Realm of Mischief. How you doing tonight? Yeah, who is this kid anyways? And why is he hurt? Why did you bring him to our house? Is he an illegitimate child or something? Did you betray mommy? Where have you been picking up these kind of words? No doubt from Sherazard, I assume? Yep, that's right. For heaven's sake, that girl is going to get me into trouble one of these days with all of her nonsense. Actually, I just met this boy while out on business, and I don't even know his name. You mean bracer business? Are we playing with a bowl or something, or...? Okay, fair enough. Something like that. Oh, look! Huh. He's waking up. Wow, his eyes really are the color of amber. Where am I? So you're awake now, are you? Welcome to my humble home. You'll be safe here, so please, just try and rest. What are you trying to pull? Huh? You must be out of your mind. Why didn't you just leave me there to die? Why? Now that's a question I don't know how to answer. Does things just worked out that way work for you? Don't toy with me, Cassius Bright. Do you have any idea what you're getting yourself involved in, same thing. Hey, wow, she jumped on him. You're shouting a lot for someone who's supposed to be hurt. Running your mouth like that's gonna make it take longer for you to for your body to heal. And just who are you supposed to be? I'm Estelle. Estelle Bright. She's my daughter. Don't you remember me telling you that I had a daughter your age? Now that you mention it. Wait a minute. Don't try and change the sub. Ow! Quit yelling. Alright already. But you jumping on me like that isn't going to make me heal any faster either. I don't hear you yelling again, do I? Look, jumping on me like that was just going to make things worse. Do I hear yelling? Never mind. Just forget it. As a word of advice, it would be wise not to argue with Estelle while you're in this house. Even I wouldn't stand a chance if I made her mad enough. Yeah, I can see that. By the way, aren't you forgetting something? Huh. Your name. You know that thing that people call you? I told you mine already, so don't you think it would be unfair and impolite not to tell me yours? Seems like the logical thing to do if you ask me. Trying to hide it now would only serve to your detriment. Fine. My name is... Oh. Name! Gonna fade to a cutscene, I guess. Yeah, rip my voice. Note to self, keep plenty to drink around. Alright, sounds good, Rose. Niska, welcome back to the Realm of Mischief. I like the art style. don't like the reading. I will say that right now. I don't like the reading. Art style's pretty cool. Let me know if the audio needs dropped or raised or whatever. I had to turn it down on my side. This game seems super loud. Old man Striker Bolt. Not a problem being in and out, of course. Like I said, this is my first game in this series, so I don't even know what to expect. I don't know what any of it's about or anything. I've done zero research. I just plopped right into it. Hold on a second. This is super loud. We're gonna turn this down. I feel like I'm gonna blow your guys' eardrums out. I can turn it down on my side, and I think we're good to go. Rain. Rain. Come here. Come up here. No? Okay, fair enough. Oh, it's so bright in here. That's a big yawn. I slept like a rock. I wish I could sleep like a rock. That must mean it's Dad's turn to do the cooking this morning. I wonder if that means Joshua's still in bed. Ah, guess that's a no. Well, I guess I better get myself ready then, too. Nice, Joshua. Bravo. Good morning, Estelle. I hope I didn't wake you. Nah, I was already up when I heard you start to play. Ooh, I like the music. I can't believe how awake you are, though. Even the roosters still have bags under their eyes. Not that I mind, what with that siren song of yours gently lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber. Oh, she ain't modest at all, is she? That's not a rock, it's a boulder. The pioneers used to ride those bad boys for miles. Tea-Gritty Farms, welcome to the realm of mischief. How are you doing today? What do you mean, woman? We're the same age, and I'm hardly a man. Tisk, tisk, tisk. How wrong you are, Joshua. We may be the same age, but I am clearly the woman of the house. And that makes you something like my loyal follower. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, how fortunate for you. You could at least try to sound a tiny bit sincere. It really is a nice tune, though. Cheerful, yet somehow wistful. I like your other songs, too, of course, but this one's my favorite. What's it called again? The Whereabouts of Light. That's right, The Whereabouts of Light. I wish I could play the harmonica like you, Joshua. Sadly, it's a lot harder than it looks. That is true. Harmonica is a lot harder than it looks. Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think the harmonica is much easier. Yeah, you know, Corn Toast, that's what Rose said, that Estelle's the best. Yep. It's really just a matter of concentration. You're probably right. I guess my problem is that if I don't do something that uses my whole body, I start to feel drowsy. Okay, playing the harmonica is fine and all, but how about getting some exercise too? All your hobbies are sitting around kind of stuff like reading and music. No girl is going to be impressed with just that. Well, excuse me for being so unpopular with the ladies. Although I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about your hobbies. I mean, what kind of boy wants a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sports shoes? Alright, gender roles, people. You can be whoever you want to be. You don't have to worry about fitting into society's view of men and women. That's enough talk about hobbies for now. And for your information, I graduated from bug collecting a long time ago. Really? I don't believe that when I stopped finding beetles in the hallway. Hey Estelle, Joshua. Morning, Dad. Good morning, Dad. Is breakfast ready? Alright, sounds good, Niska. We'll see you when you get back. It's ready and waiting. Why don't the both of you hurry down before it gets cold? Okay, I'm on my way. Thanks for the grub, Dad. Boy, am I stuffed. Are you eating or inhaling, Estelle? Good question. Breathing food's not good for you. Like people say, kids who eat and sleep a lot grow a lot. Well, make sure you get enough to eat, but don't forget to pour that energy into your work, too. That reminds me, you two are finishing up your training at the guild today, aren't you? That's right. It'll be a review of everything we've learned up to this point. Once we're finished, we'll be bracers just like you, Dad. That means I'm not going to let you treat me like a kid anymore, either. You still lack understanding, Estelle. You can only become a junior bracer in the beginning, or in other words, a trainee. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you should work extra hard in your training to become a full-fledged bracer. Well, I'm not afraid of a little hard work. Just you watch and see what I'm capable of, Dad. I'll be so successful that it won't be long before I pass you, too. That's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of then, shall we? Let's not start a rivalry here, you two. And Estelle, keep your focus on the task at hand. We have a test later. Remember? Huh? Wait, what test? Please tell me you didn't forget about the test, Estelle. You know, the one that checks whether or not we've mastered the skills we've been learning and training? Don't you remember Shara saying that if we failed, we'd be stuck with a ton of extra homework? I don't want to be a bracer. I want to be a sword. Crap. Totally forgot. Now that you mention it, I guess I kind of remember her saying something like that. Don't sweat it. I'm sure we'll manage somehow or the other. I honestly don't know how you survived this long, Estelle. Your brain is like a sieve. Papa is sad. How could any child of mine end up with such a careless, over-optimistic personality? Ha! You're the one that raised me, so I definitely got it from you. I swear, the two of you act so much alike, but whatever. We should probably head over to the guild soon, Estelle. Shara's going to be waiting there for us. Sounds like a plan. You know how crazy scary she gets when someone keeps her waiting. Oh, before I forget, it's my turn to cook dinner tonight. Is there anything in particular you would like to eat, Dad? Any requests? Something I'd like to eat, huh? How about Rouen-style scallop fish in a balsamic vinegar sauce? What is that? I think that's a little more than Estelle's cooking skills can handle, or our stomachs. You're right, I just wanted to see what kind of reaction I could get. I'll just have the usual fried fish and omelet. No need for anything fancy, but do try to make it edible. How rude. But I can't actually say he's wrong. Actually, I do have one favor to ask before you head out. I'd like you to pick me up a copy of Liberal News from the General Goods Store. They're supposed to be getting the latest edition in today. Got it. One copy of Liberal News from the General Goods Store. Ooh, 500 Mira. If there's any money left over, you can have it as your allowance. However, that means no wasteful spending. Alright, thanks, Dad. Okay, we're heading out now. See you later, Dad. Work hard and give Charizard my regards. Oh, okay. I can... Alright, this is a little weird controlling this with mouse. I figured it'd be like WASD. Oh, okay. Mouse runs. I'm sure there's other things for running too. West Bright House. We're clicking on it. North, Roland. 49 Selge. South, Brune Gate. 259 Selge. I'm assuming Selge is a distance measurement of distance. City of Roland. Need to go to the General Goods Store and buy a copy of the Liberal Arts. Liberal something. I totally missed what he said. Not too early or too late either. Guess we got here in perfect time. We just barely graduated from Sunday school. I never dreamed we'd have to study so hard to become bracers. Well, you're in luck. Today is our last day of training. Truth be told, though, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place. So I don't know what you'd expect to get away with any less effort. Oh yeah, I guess I did. Alright then, let's get to it and make it through the last hazing from Shara. You look ready to me. Let's go meet with Shara at the Bracer Guild over there then. Right, looking for... That is not the general store. General Goods. Good morning, Mr. Renan. Mr. Renan. Hello there, Estelle and Joshua. You're up rather early today. Did you come to buy a new pair of shoes? I'll let you mention it. Are there any new shoes in stock? You know, I like the newest Stragus. Unbelievable. You actually already forgotten why we came here to begin with. We're not here to shop. We're supposed to be buying a copy of the Liberal News for Dad, right? Ha ha ha, of course. Ha ha, you've always been a big collector of those shoes, haven't you, Estelle? I'm afraid that the new Stragus aren't out yet. If you're after the latest issue of the Liberal News, though, I should have them in around noon. Noon, huh? That's right in the middle of our training at the guild house. We'll stop by again after our training is over. Sure, I'll be waiting for you. A factory? Hotel Roland? Almost time to start our training, Estelle. Let's head over to the guild house, South Avenue. Oh, alright. Alright, so we gotta go south. The mayor's residence? Don't think we wanted to be there. Church. That's a wall. There we go. There you two are. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning, Joshua. Morning, Aina. Good morning. Is Shara here already? Yes, she's waiting for you upstairs. Once you finish today's training, you'll finally be recognized as members of the Bracer Guild. Good luck to the both of you. Thanks. We'll do our best. The Star and the Hanged Man, the Hermit and the Magician. And last of all, Version. Through the Wheel of Fortune. This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this? Good morning, Shara. Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua, this is a rare occasion for the both of you to show up so early. Since it's my last day of training, I figured why not? I'm ready to get the show on the road and become a bracer myself. I'll give you your credit for your enthusiasm, but I'm going to work you hard today in every way I can think of to make sure that the high-spirited attitude of yours holds up. I hope you're ready. I can feel the enthusiasm dropping already. Quiet, you. Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it. This training is my way of trying to keep some of that information in your head instead of letting it dribble out of your ears like it usually does. Joshua, Shara's picking on me. Don't worry, Shara. While Estelle may hate studying and rarely ever does her homework, acts rashly, is overly naive, and has a tendency to stick her nose into everything, her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an orbment with some practice. Eventually, probably. Guess there's not much I can do now except hope for the best. Hold on a sec, Joshua. Somehow I get the feeling that you weren't standing up for me. Well, that's odd. I'm positive I described all your best traits accurately. Whatever. By the way, Shara, what were you trying to predict with your tarot cards? Your face was really intent. Oh, this? I was just trying to get a vague reading on what might happen in the near future. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have been in the right mindset to interpret the cards correctly. You couldn't read the cards? Now that's surprising to hear. Actually, the more profound the meaning of the cards, the more difficult they become to interpret. But that's not important now. I think it's time we start your final training. I'll give you a brief rundown of all the information we covered in your previous training. This is the minimal level of knowledge the bracers should have in order to function effectively. And Estelle, make sure you pay especially close attention to what I'm going to say. Yeah. What would you like to know about? Let's look at orbments. Orbments are mechanical devices that operate by using what is known as orbal energy. A variety of effects can be produced depending on their structure and the type of quartz or process septum installed. Although it's only been about 50 years since their invention, these devices play an integral role in all facets of life, from lights, heaters, and other everyday products to weapons, magic, and even airships. In connection, this technological reform is commonly known as the Orbal Revolution. Bracers are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions.
To be ruled.
Tiny Orangey, welcome to the Realm of Mischief. How are you doing tonight? Thank you for the follow. Glad to have you on board. our newest friend of mischief. If you have any questions about myself or the community, feel free to ask, and I'm sure we'll find out an answer for you. They aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items, and escorting people and goods. Oh, yeah, Luna! Nice to see you. How are you? The Bracer Guild, which has established branches across the continent, manages the affairs of the Bracers in each region. Right. Liberal or liberal? Liberal Kingdom? Sounds about right. I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. Playing a new game. I feel like I need to move my webcam though. I feel my webcam is like in the way. Let me move that up here to the top. There. A little bit better, right? Alright, the Liberal Kingdom. The Kingdom of Liberal, in which we live, sits on the western half of the Zemurian continent and abounds with nature and deep-rooted traditions. Liberal is proud to be one of the leading producers of septum on the continent and is known for its high level of technology used to develop orbments. Orbment technology has also been a key pillar of support for Liberal in protecting its independence as it is contended with neighboring nations. Yeah, I'm finally getting around to play it. I think I bought it a year ago, and I'm just now finding a slot to fit it in to really get into it. 10 years ago, when Liberal was invaded by the Erebonian Empire, it was the use of orbital-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat. Erebonian. Consequently, even now, our relationship with the Empire is somewhat sensitive, but thanks to the Queen's political finesse, Liberal enjoys peace. I think that's it. Let's see, since we've got a mountain of stuff to do today, I'll let you off the hook this time with a condensed review. I'm going to speed things up now and move on to the practical portion of your training. Shara? How is today's practical training any different from the training we've done before? Since it's practical, that means you will be experiencing things firsthand. Therefore, I'm going to have the both of you run through everything as if it was a real bracer job. I swear, same. So many games I need to play, but never had the time to play them. I mean, I have time in certain places. I just gotta make the time sometimes to get it going. So what you're saying is, there won't be any studying at a desk involved. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. This time, you'll have to go out and make a physical effort to accomplish your task. I'll make sure you have to work up a sweat, so I hope you're ready. Yes, that's seriously just what the doctor ordered. I didn't know that what I was going to do if I had to sit another day with my tush parked at a desk. I guess I got all worried for nothing. Suddenly, you're all bright and cheerful, Estelle. Let's just hope that smile on your face lasts until the end of today's training. Okay, let's get cracking on. Your first objective, shall we? Let's have at it. First objective will be to confirm the details of the job you will be performing. But before that, there's something we need to give the both of you. Ina, are they ready? Yes, they are. Alright, you two, go get one for each of yourselves. These are very important, so make sure not to lose them. Bracer Notebook. Bracer Notebooks serve as the official way to record status of your current jobs. Also, anything you may hear or anything you may find and where these kind of trivial things can often become clues. No matter how insignificant something may seem, always write it down. Understood. Crap, that sounds like it's going to be a pain. I feel for Estelle there. I suck at writing everything down. Oh, please tell me it was my ears playing tricks on me, because I swear I only got one response. I'm sure there were two. Keeping an accurate account of events is an important duty for all racers. So get with the program and stop trying to make this out to be more than it really is, Estelle. Okay, I got it. Make sure you do. Alright then, let's begin. Look over by the door. You can see there's a bulletin board standing there. First, I want you to go and check the job description posted there. When the bulletin board is approached, an exclamation mark will appear. Pressing the OK button will display the job list. By selecting the job names on the list, you can review their details. Right. I'm going to grab my controller real quick. I feel like playing this on controller is going to be a little bit easier, so... Fred told me the Sky trilogy is his favorite. I've heard a lot of great things. Not much plot related, but I have heard a lot of great things about the game itself, so I'm looking forward to it. Oh, so much better, actually. Alright, 1 second. You'd think that a professional streamer would have all of these things already done already. I just want to make sure I'm not going to clip too much of the screen or anything like that, so. Alright. Training. Retrieval. New. Client, Sherazad. Pay 500 Mira. Details. Direct request. This training will involve searching the sewers beneath Roland and bringing back the contents of a chest. See Sherazad for details. Details of the job confirmed on the bulletin board and other important events will be automatically recorded in the Bracer Notebook. Bracer Notebook can be easily found by clicking on the Books tab, the Items menu. It can also be accessed by configuring a Bracer Book shortcut on the Configuration menu. Very good. Looks like you were able to see what was posted without any trouble. Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic functions a Bracer performs on their job. Checking regularly to see whether or not there are any urgent tasks which need immediate attention is also an important duty for Bracers. And all this talk about duty is starting to cramp my style. Sure, there are a lot of rules to follow, but there's an equal level of responsibility in the job themselves. I think being a Bracer calls for much more than just someone with a half-hearted attitude. Guess you're right. I'll just have to be more motivated. Is that so? Had a change of heart, have you? You betcha. Well, before all that motivation sneaks off somewhere, let's get to work on your next task. What will we be doing this time? We'll be heading across the street to Mr. Melder's Orbital Factory and learning about how to use its services. He has graciously taken the time out of his work schedule to explain things, so make sure to be on your best behavior. Okay. Here's where you will learn how to use an Orbital Factory's services. Oh, much better. At an Orbital Factory, you can modify your Orbmans and synthesize ports in order to use Orbital Arts. Arts have a wide range of effects, and if mastered, can be extremely helpful. The Bracer business is a pretty risky occupation, so the guild has a long-standing relationship with these Orbital Factories. Anyway, this is about as much as I can explain. I'll leave the technical details to the experts, Mr. Melders. If you wouldn't mind taking over for me. No problem, leave everything to me. So what is it you would like to know about? Well, let's learn about Orbmans. Orbmans are mechanical devices which exhibit an array of effects through the installations of various types of quartz. By definition, that means that light, airship, engines, and so on are also types of Orbmans. However, the ones we will be discussing today are Battle Orbmans, which enhance the user's physical abilities and make it possible to use magic. Since each Orbman is adjusted to match the owner's personal aptitude, the structures for these devices also differ for each owner. Simply put, the shape of the fixed elemental slot and lines which connect them vary. At any rate, that's the layman's explanation. In order to install a quartz, you must first have an open slot. By default, the central slot is open, but the other slots must be opened at an orbital factory like this. It'll take a fair amount of sepith too. EP, which is needed for magic, will also see a max increase according to the number of open slots. I recommend opening them all as soon as possible. So, what is it you would like to know about? Orbital arts. Simply put, orbital arts are magic which can be discharged exclusively through use of battle orbment. In other words, a number of peculiar effects can be produced by using orbital energy stored within these mechanical devices. Since orbital arts can be a mouthful, they are universally referred to as arts. Probably ought to have been called that from the get-go. There are several types of arts, but in order to be able to use them, their corresponding quartz must first be synthesized at an orbital factory. Orbments are also set up so that once a particular quartz is installed into a slot, the owner will be able to use those arts. Type of arts can also change it. Oh my goodness. There we go. The type of arts one can use also changes depending on the elemental value and the combination of installed quartz. Nice! Nice use of the 420 channel points. Basically, if you want to use water arts, all you have to do is install a quartz with water element value. In reality, orbments are much more complex than what I have described, but I think this information should suffice for now. Quartz. Quartz are circuits made from sepith. Quartz have a vast number of effects and raise the owner's abilities while simultaneously making it possible for them to use arts. However, you will not be able to harness any of these effects until quartz has been installed into a slot. However, there are also fixed slots which only a certain type of elemental quartz can be installed. This being the case, when you synthesize a new quartz, be sure to check your orbment and decide where you will be installing it ahead of time. Sepith. Sepith are fragments of septum, which are dropped by monsters. They are divided into 7 types: earth brown, water blue, fire red, wind green, time black, space gold, and mirage silver. Sepith can be exchanged for Mira almost anywhere, but at the orbital factory it can be used to synthesize quartz and to open orbment slots in which to install synthesized quartz. And that's it. Looks like Mr. Melders has answered all your questions. If there's nothing else, then let's have you both try and use the services here. For that, you're going to need some sepith. See several of each type of elemental sepith. With that amount, you two should be able to synthesize a few quartz. Now, I want you to begin first by making an elemental quartz that'll work with each of your particular orbments. Talk about mechanical overload before you even see the first battle. I know, right? Like, I should be well-versed and be able to be quizzed on the way this works. They've just thrown so much information at me. In your case, Estelle, any elemental quartz is okay, but for you, Joshua, it has to be a time elemental quartz. Normally, at a shop, you would be able to exchange Sepith for Mira, but for this training, you will not be able to use this service. Upon approaching the counter, a talk mark will appear. Press OK button, playlist of options, select modify or trade to use the orbital factory services. Alright, modify or trade. Hey now. Quartz. Black was time. Synthesize action 1. Let's do the fire attack, I think. I can do multiple, can't I? Let's look at slotting here real quick. Ready? Open all quartz. Openable quartz. Not openable. Openable. Insufficient sufficient. Oh no. Okay. Alright. Alright, looks like you were able to synthesize one. Next, I want you to increase the arts you can use. Now install the quartz into your orbment so that you can use both for recovery. Something else. Quartz can be installed in the orbit screen, and the orbit screen can be utilized by selecting the orbit tab in the main menu. Oh my, is this the main menu? No, that can't be the main menu. Okay. Okay, that looks... Alright, I slotted one. Slot you. Now install a quartz into your orbit so that you can use both recovery and attack arts. Alright, I need a recovery and attack arts. Oh. Alright, so I need to get a recovery quartz. You already have one. Sealed, slot is sealed. Alright, I don't get it. Let me read this again. Now install a quartz into your orbment so that you can use both recovery and attack arts. Look at your orbments and make sure that the recovery and attack arts are divided up between them. Configure this out by looking at the arts and quartz charts in your bracer notebooks in order to figure out which quartz you need to install. If you're lacking the necessary quartz, you can synthesize them at an orbital factory. Alright, so I need to go here and look for healing. Oh, no, I was right there. Alright, so it looks like water. Water's blue. Orbit slots are 1 through 6 are connected by lines. In the cell situation, slots are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 6, 5 are separated into 2 lines. See right diagram. 1, 6. Okay. For quartzes install the elemental value of its line calculated. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so do I need to pick up water? Now I need to that on. Alright, looks like you got both recovery and attack arts set up. If you balance your arts out between each other, like you've done here, it should make dealing with monsters much easier. Additionally, your bracer notebook contains information about which quartz allow you to use which arts. If you'd like to use more powerful arts, check out the arts and quartz charts in your bracer notebook to find something that works for you. Alright, our training here is almost finished. Last of all, I'm going to have one of you open a new slot in your orbment. The more slots you have available to you, the broader range of choices you'll have. Since EP, which is consumed by using arts, can have its max value increased by opening up slots, it'd be a good idea for you to open them all early on. Now, I want you to use this Sepith and open a slot on each of your orbments. Go ahead and decide which slot you're going to open. You need several of each type of elemental. Go back to you. And... not openable. This is openable. Ah, okay, get it. The courts let you customize your stats, and you also change your skills based off how much of each element you have set. I'm thinking that that is the case. Yeah. You have to open them in a certain order, I guess. I'm not sure if, like, blue... Alright, let's go ahead and open Joshua's slot 6. That looks like that's an Earth area? I don't know. Good work on opening up a slot, Joshua. Since your central slot is limited to a certain elemental, it would be best to increase your orbment's number of open slots early on. This concludes your training here at the Orbital Factory. Now it's time for you to move on to what you've both been waiting for. The qualification test. Pardon? Did you just say test? You can't honestly tell me that you forgot about the test again, can you? Didn't I remind you just this morning? Now that you mention it, I vaguely remember some sort of talk along those lines at the breakfast table. Sometimes I fear for the future of the Bracer Guild and humanity. Oh well, no sense worrying about it now. Let's head over to the testing area. There was one on the dining room table. You mean like now? I don't know if I'm ready for her. How about a little less yapping and a little more walking? Oh, she's getting drug out by her hair. Joshua, help me! Mr. Melders, Freddy, thank you for all your help. Don't mention it, and good luck with the test of yours. We'll be rooting for you. I'm going to remember that you left me high and dry like this, Joshua. All your training has finally come down to this. Your qualification test will begin here. I expect to see you both use what you learned up to this point. Understood. Oh, you must have got that one that was out there then. Fair enough. What's wrong, Estelle? Shara? What now? I was kind of wondering, but is there not going to be a paper test or something? Did Cassius drop you on your head as a child or something? Just read what it said on the bulletin board not that long ago, right? Yeah. And I even made you jot down what you read in your Bracer books. Unless you forgot that too. I'm pretty sure the job listing mentioned searching for and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ringing any bells yet? What a relief. O divine Adios, I give thanks to thee for thy infinite grace in bestowing upon us such a wonderful gift as sewer. But what you're really saying is that you thought it was a paper test. No wonder you were acting all crazy back at the Orbital Factory. Ah, I can already feel the nostalgia. All those horrible days stuck in the classroom are starting to feel like grand memories indeed. I'm really starting to wonder if we'll ever be able to graduate at all. What's wrong with you? Why do you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things? Alright, that's enough jabbering, you two. This is supposed to be a test. So how about the both of you try to at least look a little anxious? Just so you know, though, if you do happen to flunk the test, don't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for the both of you. We'll be fine. Just tell us what you want us to do and let us loose. Well, if you're so confident, then how about proving that you're not blowing hot air with the results of your test? Anyways, you both saw the bulletin board. This test will be a search conducted in the Roland sewers. Your objective is to retrieve the contents of a chest which has been placed somewhere within the area. Welcome back, Niska. The layout of the sewers is extremely simple, so you don't need to worry about getting lost either. However, there are real living, breathing monsters down there, so if you get careless and let down your guard, you will be sorry. Also, let me give you this before I forget. Receive Tier Bomb 3, Monster Guide. What's this book for? It's called the Monster Guide, and it's used to record information about monsters and other opponents you meet. Whenever you figure out an enemy's attributes, you should make an immediate note of it there. Sounds pretty straightforward to me. He who controls the flow of information controls the tide of battle, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. Really got a good head on your shoulders, Joshua. That's some pretty useful advice. Thanks for the tip, Sheriff. We'll put it to good use. Alrighty then, let's get pumped and knock out this test. Let's. Don't forget though, this is an exam. We should make sure we treat it as such. And you didn't bring enough back for me? Alright. Options. Nope. Hey Sequoia, welcome back to the Realm of Mischief. How are you doing tonight? Okay, so I've put an hour into this game already, guys. And I'm just now getting to fight my first monsters. So what's this down here? Is this the guy? Oh! I'm assuming that's the monster guy. What's this? That's that. Okay. I mean, that is a requirement for everything, right? Sewers Dungeon. Oh, you can't do free rotation here. Alright. Wait a minute, Estelle. There appears to be a recovery point over there. So we should use it if our HP or EP becomes low. Alright. Orbit charging stations are recovery points set up in dangerous areas. As a recovery point is approached, the exclamation mark will appear and two choices will be displayed. By pressing the OK button, by selecting the rest option, all HP and EP will be restored. Alright, why don't we go hit that, because I know Joshua has low EP right now, because they just slotted another quartz. Sounds like a plan to me! Alright. And this is, oh, we even get music to go with it. Nice. Monsters at 12 o'clock. Be careful not to let them take advantage of your blind side. Got it. Monsters cannot be seen from far away. They will become visible as you approach them. The conditions at the start of battle will change depending on how a monster is engaged. Engaging an enemy from behind is advantageous, while being attacked by an enemy from behind is disadvantageous. Hint. Battle order bar indicates who attacks first. It starts from the top and moves down. Right, so, hint. Attack an enemy can be used. You may also use it to move if you are using the mouse. Click an empty location. The highlighted area indicates the distance a character can move. Selecting a target in the area will move to that character to attack. When the enemy is out of range, a icon will appear on your cursor. Selecting that target out of range Will move the character as close as it is possible, but no attack will be performed. Okay. Alright, one monster down. She has a lot lower move radius. Alright, so I assume that... Hold on, let me see something here. I assume... Oh, it's just gonna automatically... Is there a way to, like, move behind them, then attack? Well, let me check something out here. If I do this, does that just waste his turn? Yes, it does. Okay. So it's not like Final Fantasy Tactics where you wanna... You can run behind them and then attack them from behind or something like that. Alright, 10 XP from that fight. Movement takes the turn, but it does have a short wait. It has a shorter wait time. Oh, so you technically could move behind a target and hit him from behind. So it would be more advantageous if you can get away from it, or get away with it, to move behind them to hit them from behind. Okay, we got some Earth, Sepith, Fire, and... Oh, what's the other one? I forgot. Attacking from behind doesn't have any advantages, though, I don't think. Oh, okay. It's just getting into combat. If you can hit him from behind to start combat, you get, Okay, so they're telling me to use arts here. Arts are effective on enemies that are good at avoiding physical attacks. Arts also make long-range attacks possible, but they require time to cast. EP is consumed when using arts. EP can be recovered by resting at inns, hotels, or by using charge stations and other items like an EP charge. Alright, yeah, they just said that. Takes time before arts can be cast. Also EP consumed when arts are cast. Arts have an elemental affinity. Determine the element most effective against your foes and arts. Okay, that's recovery. Aqua Bleed is arts. Lock up. Speeds up the flow of time. Soul Blur emits time-space shaking pulse, faint 20%. Oh, so they're not even attacking; they're just learning mobs, apparently. Ooh, that was super effective. As was that. Oh, hey, we got a chest, too. 12 XP from that fight. Got some Wind Sepith and Mirage Sepith. And a Crispa Onion. Oh. I do have a map? Oh. That's not what I was thinking when it said map. Let's try using crafts this time around, okay? Since crafts have other effects besides just dealing out damage, they're worth a shot. Roger that! Crafts have a range limit, can be utilized instantaneous. DP is gained by dealing out or receiving damage during battle. Alright, yeah, we just covered that. Using crafts consume CP. CP is gradually gained by dealing out or receiving damage in battle. Alright, craft. Morale. Dual Strike. He missed. Oh! Oh! Did I... Oh, we already used CP. Okay. Alright.
That's that then. Let's move out.
10 XP for that fight. I don't know what the top one is. Well, I would assume the top one's Earth. Earth, Fire, and I don't remember what the yellow one is. Curative Horn. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified whenever a new video is available. And let me know in the comments what you think, or roast me for my terrible gameplay. Videos like this are recorded live on Twitch. Follow my socials and my Twitch to know when I'm live recording new content for YouTube. Again, thanks for watching the Prophet Loki 309 YouTube. I'll see you in the realm of mischief.